Yeah, actually I like Dennis and Andrea of Objektivity, they came up with the idea of doing an album, and I was never thinking of doing an album actually, yeah. So but then I was thinking like, okay, that could be like a good moment, and that could be also maybe something who would you know, like it would be like I don't know how to explain it, but it would be more like something I could take, I could learn from it, you know, doing an album and, you know, going to the studio with that thing in mind. Okay, you have to do an album, you know. You're gonna do like a piece of music which you're gonna hear in 20 years, you know. So it's quite a lot of pressure, because of course every time you go to the studio, you know why you go to the studio. It's not just because you go for fun and doing a jam session, but it's really because you have to do an album. So that was like, in terms of timing and everything, it was tough. I didn't expect that, you know, like for me it was like, okay, let's do the album, but then actually working on it, and you know, everything has a timeline and everything has a structure, you know, everything is structured. It's not really the way I used to work before, you know. Before I went to the studio whenever I wanted to go, and it was a whole jam session. But now it was more like, you know, professional and okay. You know, maybe talking about the concept of the album, you know, it should be something people always want to hear a story. If you ask DJs what they want to transmit when they play, they all, like most of them, they're gonna tell you, I want to tell a story when I play. That's why everybody loves to play long sets. And I think this was also the one of the more conceptual parts of the album, telling a story. And the story behind, of course, is based on the music, but it's also, as you said, it should be like a mixture of different kind of music, because I recorded the drums live, and you know, all the snares and the hi-hats, and you know, so I produced it in a way which was more organic, but also with you know, with you always you have to allow to get people involved in your project to grow, you know. I have like so many, I spend so many hours in the airport, and this is where I listen to my music. And you know, you go through so many different moods when you travel. Maybe you play a party which was crap, and then you're more like down, and you listen to your music, and you know, you can find inspiration through well, I find my inspiration through all the travels, everything I witness when I go out and I play. Every time I go to a club and maybe I play a new song, I get the inspiration from the reaction of the people. I'm not really like the spiritual guy who goes to the forest and tries to suck the inspiration from the nature, you know. But I'm more like someone who gets inspired by people, you know, by the crowd or by DJ friends, you know. Yeah, it's going to be released on the 25th May, and yeah, as I said, digital vinyls and on CDs, and then we have a release party, an album release party in Ibiza on the beach at Ushuaia on May 23rd. So we're gonna do that party with the IMS guys. It's right after IMS.
Okay.
Yes. And what else? What else is the plan? Like touring, presenting the new music, presenting the album, doing a lot of promo stuff, talking about all the amazing collaborations I had, trying to do gigs with people I worked on the album, trying to get involved as much people as possible, and yeah, this is like the goal of or the plan we have now. There is so much media things going on, like interviews and like.
Is that a hard part for you?
I almost feel like a real artist, you know. If I plan to do a label, yes. Yeah. Well, you know, it's not necessary for you are not a complete artist. No, maybe I have to explain it different. It's not because you have a label that you are a complete artist, you know. But I think doing a label is, or doing your own label is something. It's like you put the cherry on top, you know. It's something who allows you to maybe also start to support like the younger generation. I'm still young, you know, so maybe I'm not there now, but maybe I'm there in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, you know. But yeah, well, actually we are talking to do a label with Ants. So this is where I really like to be focused on it and get involved and trying to build something around that brand.